What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Darrel Long channel, hosted by your boy Darrel Long. Y'all already know what it is, man. We have a few different videos to break down today. Now, I usually don't be live all day, every day, because I'm usually working. However, I'm taking the weekend off all the way up until Monday to focus on content. And really not taking the weekend off. I kind of already work, but I got some stuff that I got to take care of. All right. I got some stuff we got to take care of. Let me make sure I send the video out to everybody. And shout out to everybody, bro, that's been tapping in with the Simp Guide. It's a million different places that y'all could be, but y'all choose to be over here with me. And I appreciate everybody who is over here rocking with me. I need to go do a few different things. All right, first I got to share this out on Instagram. If you're watching this, share this out to all your people. All right, I'd appreciate it. It helps the channel a millionfold when you share the channel out. Right, shout out to Queen Sheba. She did allow me to post my YouTube channel and her account, you know what I'm saying, over there on her channel while she was live. And I appreciate all of y'all. I usually go live early in the morning, but as a father and a husband, you don't always have time to do shit when you want to do it. You feel me? You got to do it when you can. As a husband and as a father, we don't always have time to do everything, anything that we want to do. Let me go ahead and close my daughter door. Give me 1 second, guys. Look. Insta 360 cam. Follow me, baby. Follow me. All right. Now we can begin the review, y'all. I turned the AC off because I don't like that it be so loud. I actually hate that it be so loud and I can hardly hear shit sometimes because the AC be so goddamn loud. All right, so let's talk about Andrew Wilson. First and foremost, did you guys know that Andrew Wilson paid $300,000 for this interview? Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that Andrew Wilson paid 300 grand to debate Candace Owens and lost? Lost fucking embarrassingly lost in one of the worst fucking debates I've ever seen. Did it pick back up? Oh man, Insta 360, we have a problem. We're supposed to, oh look. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, let's actually begin the actual show, y'all. So this man right here is Andrew Wilson. He decided to go debate Candace Owens, and he wanted to debate Candace Owens on whether or not Charlie Kirk was actually assassinated by Tyler Robinson. That is going to be the conversation tonight. As far as this first topic, I told myself I'm going to try to do a 12-hour stream just to see what the numbers look like. All right. I will be allowing people up on the panel. Please know you don't have to be cammed up. But if you're not cammed up, you're not going to be shown, like you're not even your avatar. People will only hear your voice. They will not get an opportunity to see your face. And if you're fine with that, then that's fine with me. Okay. Oh, I haven't listened, man. I've been doing so many pre-recordings that I haven't done live streams in so long. So let's go ahead and go directly into the footage. All right. Andrew Wilson is the man that paid $300,000 in order to debate Candace Owens. All right. He spent 3 hours telling Candace Owens that she didn't follow the evidence. And he basically, in my mind, was trying to tell her that because she was an African-American woman, she was incapable of following the evidence. That's the way I look at it. The fan was on. I'm like, what the fuck is that? The fan was on in the motherfucking bathroom still. So much going on in the house. That's what happens when you got a wife, kids running everywhere. So look, this ended up being a 2-hour, 45-minute so-called debate between these so-called intellectuals, right? But let's talk about the facts. The charge is aggravated murder, and it's in Utah. That is the one that carries the death penalty, right? Murder does not. Aggravated murder carries the death penalty. That is what they're trying to charge Tyler Robinson with in the murder of, what's the little boy name? Charlie Kirk. Think about it for me when it comes to Charlie Kirk is this. I don't understand why so many of y'all don't understand why black people didn't like him. We never gonna like Charlie Kirk. Ever. Charlie Kirk, if I'm being honest, Charlie Kirk was always known as somebody who just really wasn't intelligent. He wasn't, he wasn't the best debater either. But I like Charlie because he stood on his points. I'm not even gonna lie. People always ask me, why do I fuck with Charlie? Well, I fuck with Charlie because I like the fact that Charlie actually stood on his principles. I thoroughly enjoy that, right? But Tyler Robinson is being charged with aggravated murder, not specifically just murder. And here's the part that nobody is clipping. Candace Owen could not answer this question either, so I want to talk about this. But the ballistics report already basically complicates the whole situation. We don't even know if the bullet that killed Charlie Kirk came from the gun that allegedly Tyler Robinson fired. That's how fucked up this case. If y'all haven't been following the case, I have, because a part of me do feel bad. I'm going off script now. A part of me do feel bad for Charlie Kirk. Listen. I don't care how y'all feel about it. I'm just telling y'all the truth, because I've said so many different things, and I've had so many different opinions on here. I would hate one day somebody decide I'm going to kill Darrel or take Darrel out the game because he said the black woman is God. He said the black woman is God. He loved black women, so we got to take him out the game. To me, that's fucking diabolical. Now, periodically, I will be interrupting this video, right? And it's mainly because I don't want to get a copyright strike. Okay. All right. That's going to be the main reason why. All right, let me go get the thumbnail so I can add that thumbnail in here. That's how y'all know I've been too goddamn busy, y'all. Just way too damn busy. All right, that's the thumbnail I need right there. I will add the links to the chat very much soon, but this is going to be the thumbnail that's going to cover up the video. All right. If you guys don't know how to use StreamYard, like doing stuff like covering up the videos and transforming the thumbnail to a specific percentile over your video, that way it can be seen but not seen at the same time, you know? Like boom. I'm going to leave our video like this. That way we can get some type of coverage when it comes to the copyright strike. So let's go ahead and get directly into this one. I do get my script pulled up. I do have the video pulled up. And I got some other stuff I got to get into. So let's go ahead and break it all down, y'all. Let's go.
Smaller caliber. Okay.
See that too.
Are we live? Okay, so we're officially live. Candace, Andrew, good to sit down here with you, talking to you guys about the conversation that I think started with you being on Joe Rogan when you said, hey, I'm offering $300,000. And for the audience watching this, Joe Rogan when you said, hey, I'm offering $300,000. And for the audience watching this, you have to know when you see this final product, there's a lot of stuff that happens behind closed doors. There was still communication till midnight, even some of the stuff this morning. Like it's like you're trying to sell a company. It's the
$300,000 and nobody won. And that's the part that's blowing my mind that y'all don't want to talk about, right? Quick context for anybody who's just walking in. September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk is shot and killed in Utah Valley University in front of roughly 3,000 watching because he was there and he was streaming on YouTube. Tyler Robinson, who was at that time, 23-year-old young man, turns himself in the very next day. They said that his father, who was a police officer, helped throw his ass in jail too. So the Utah Police Department, they charged him, or the Utah prosecutors, they charged Tyler Robinson with aggravated murder, not just regular murder, aggravated murder, and announces that they're going to seek the death penalty, for this Charlie Kirk situation, which is crazy. Anyway, July 2026, just a few months ago, right? Just last month, a 5-day preliminary hearing, and what's the judge's name? Tony Gaff, right? Tony Gaff basically said that this isn't enough evidence. We have to go to trial, right? He doesn't have enough evidence to decide that this young man is guilty. So they're going to have to proceed to go to trial. And the trial is set for September 1st. So it's not like it's far away. But the reason why the judge said it had to go to trial has a lot of Charlie Kirk fans pissed off, because it's just not enough evidence. We don't know if he actually pulled the trigger on the weapon. We don't know if the text message actually came from him or if he was being coerced. We don't know if he was working alone or if he had assistance from other people. His own boyfriend, because we found out now that Tyler Robinson was he was one of those, right? And his own boyfriend said that he don't believe that he was working by himself, and he don't believe everything that's in the media about Tyler. And let me say this too. I am condemning the murder of Charlie Kirk. Nobody should be killed just because of your opinion. However, as an African-American man, watching him just shit on black women the way he tried to, I can't say that I am, like too sad about him being gone either. But I don't think that what happened to him is okay at the same time. Let's go.
last 24 hours that the deal doesn't work out, but kudos to the both of you guys that you made it work. The topic of discussion today, how this got prompted is, Andrew, you said there's overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson shot and killed Charlie Kirk. And Candace, your position was he's a patsy. Tyler Robinson is a patsy. So of course we'll talk.
Okay, so we're going to go over both of these topics, right? Both of these positions, right? Both of these positions. Was Tyler Robinson a patsy? Or is there overwhelming evidence of what was right and what was wrong? I really want to break this down. All right. Now, I have certain points that we got to talk about. We got to talk about the Lance Twiggs DNA claim. All right. Where Lance Twiggs Lance Twiggs DNA was on the rifle, allegedly. Right. And they're saying now there's 5 different people DNA who was on the rifle. So how can we use DNA to say that Tyler was the one who actually did it? We'll get to it. What's up? I didn't even check the messages. What's up, Wish Doctor, man? Driving, listening home. I appreciate that. Did they drop Nolan autopsy? They have not, sir. If you mean the Mississippi one, they have not. The second one, the independent autopsy, is available, but it don't mean shit because they don't have the throat and they don't have the stomach. So they can't determine if he was poisoned, if he was drowned, nothing. So you know how that go, bro.
A lot of different things, but that's kind of how the whole thing got started. For the audience watching, I think this is truly for 3 different people. Number one is anybody out there that loves Charlie, respects Charlie, his legacy, what he did. We have a lot of love and admiration for what he did. He changed the lives of many people, young men, young women. You work with him for.
I just want to say it's crazy that somebody can be a known racist, right? Because I'm off my Sim guy stuff for a second. This is actually Darrel Long. This is why I'm spending the rest of the year going at the raccoons and the racists and the white men. I'm going after every single fucking one of them. Starting with Charlie Kirk. I don't give a fuck if he dead or not. That man went around saying the most disrespectful lies about black people that can be told and that has been told throughout generations. Black people are lazy. Black people are not smart enough to be quarterbacks. Black people are not smart enough to be doctors. They're not smart enough to be pilots. Right? And as much as I don't like how far Amazing Lucas took it when Charlie died, Amazing Lucas was right. Charlie's last words was talking shit about black people and black violence and gang violence while allegedly a white man was looking at him down the barrel of a fucking scope of a rifle. You literally cannot make this shit up.
For many years, you guys were friends. You've said a lot of good things about Charlie, respectful towards him. You guys may have disagreed on some things, but you had a lot of respect for him. The second audience is the folks out there, you that's watching this. And so for you, you've been wanting something like this to take place. And kudos for Andrew for coming out and saying, hey, I want to have this conversation, and for Candace to accept it. So you have the ability to say, I agree, I disagree, comment, do all the stuff that you're doing online. And if you want to see more of these things, any of the 3 channels, subscribe to them, the Candace Show, the Crucible. I'm sure some of the people from Crucible are watching as well, and the PBD podcast. The more you subscribe to this, the more we're able to deliver these types of content.
Don't subscribe to their channel. Only go subscribe to Candace. I don't rock with the Crucible. This other dude, this valuetainment dude, it's like I see value in, bro, as far as learning how to, I don't know, sell shoes and shit. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I don't trust him either. He reminds me of one of those men who I believe will align himself with a racist. Like, I believe that, like, listen. Deep down inside, I don't trust nobody except black people. Like real life. Like deep down inside. So when I see him saying, Charlie Kirk helped me, Charlie Kirk changed my life, Charlie Kirk did this, Charlie Kirk was a fucking racist. The only thing Charlie did was walk around and talk to people and debate people about conservative talking points. How the hell did he change your life and you like 30 years older than him? He didn't get no laws written into law. He didn't do shit. I don't want to disrespect bro too much because he already, you know what I'm saying, playing jump rope with Jesus. Man.
Conversations to you. And last but not least, it's about the 2 of you. My goal is to speak as little as possible. 99% of the time, it'll be you guys speaking, and the audience will be able to see it. If I jump in, just so everybody knows on the back end, both
Now let me tell y'all this as my audience. I do have timestamps, right? I do got timestamps. I got timestamps that I can jump to make certain points. I got timestamps in my inside of my entire script here. So y'all tell me, right? I know like really which doctor on this one, but it says we got 115 people all together. I think like 88 of y'all in between the two YouTube channels and the rest of y'all over on Twitter. Do y'all want me to go throughout the entire video and break down all the points? Or do y'all want me to go ahead and go to the specific points in my notes so we can make out specific points and not watch the whole 3-hour live stream? That's going to be very important because nobody want to watch the whole 3-hour live stream. Y'all let me know.
have agreed in the back, there's 3 people representing Andrew and 3 people representing Candace to do fact checking. So at any point, if somebody makes a claim, the other can say, can we fact check this? I can jump in and say, fact check this. Even the folks in the back can say, fact check this. So it is a very fair conversation that we're having here. And so with that being said, kudos to Michael Knowles. Your name was mentioned a lot. You missed out right now. The last 10 minutes, we talked about you. There's a lot of love and respect here mutually from both parties, all 3 of them here. And then, of course, the great Joe Rogan that started this conversation. And he also volunteered, but it ended up being this format that we have.
I can't believe y'all got this man, Andrew Wilson, who is not an intellectual, who lied to his audience about what type of women hit the wall and all the rest of that shit. And he got an old ass white woman, right? A man who was a coward when Wes Watson pulled his car in front of Fresh and Fit on stage. He didn't do nothing. He didn't show that he was an alpha male. He only turned up when it's against women. You feel me? And Candace Owens being the only black woman there, I don't give a damn if she be riding for the white man. I don't give a damn if she ride on the white man at night. That don't matter to me. As a black man, I'm going to defend this black woman. End of story. Let's go.
Here today. So with that being said, Andrew, your claim is overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. Opening statements, opening comments.
Sure. And what I mean by overwhelming is I just find it very convincing. That's I think that's what most people mean when they say overwhelming evidence. So I have a brief opening statement. On September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk was murdered. Many of you already know a lot about the events which occurred after Kirk's death. You remember the ghoulish laughter, celebrations, and madness we saw from leftists all over, from TikTok invasions, debates, posts on social media.
Sorry, going off script. I already showed y'all the proof that when Charlie died, my wife was one of the people that was celebrating his death. She sat right here next to me and said, no, I didn't. So I had to show the text messages to the screen to dox her, basically. But it is what it is, man. Even the wife get doxed. Everybody get doxed. Especially when you lying. But nevertheless, right? Her problem wasn't that she was being mean or something. It was just that I didn't like, somebody died, show a little bit of respect. But at the same time, y'all do the same thing, bro. When somebody y'all don't like get dropped, y'all be happy about it, right? Now, I know I shouldn't be talking about this, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. I hope they don't flag me on some YouTube shit. But I remember when J. Cole rapped about Bin Laden and the day that, he living in New York City, going to St. John University, Bin Laden get dropped, whoop, whoop, right? American white women start going crazy. Yay, clapping hands. They got him. They finally got him. That's how black people felt when Charlie Kirk, you know what I'm saying, in Utah. That's how black people felt. They got him. My wife sent me all type of happy emojis jumping up and down. And let me tell y'all something right now. For all you white niggas, the Jake Lanes of the world, if you niggas see my wife videos and make threats, I'm popping out on niggas. I'm pulling up to Michigan. I saw you been in Michigan a lot, Jake Lane. I saw you been pulling up to Dearborn a lot. I'm not playing fair with none of y'all racist raccoon niggas no more, bro. I'm not even on the manosphere head no more. I'm strictly on y'all raccoons. Nobody else make me sick than people who are weaponizing Carmelo Anthony, a kid, Nolan Wells' death, a kid, and weaponizing these kids so y'all can have a political war. Man, that shit's so goofy, bro. It low key make no sense, man. I can't believe y'all niggas, man. You niggas low key bugging. Black people were happy a good man was killed. You say he a good man, Liberty Twitcher, but everybody don't think he was a good man. So, I mean, some people think he was a racist, bro. Some people think he was the same thing as Shitler. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you think whatever you want to think. You've been supporting me for a while. I ain't gonna block you, bro. But it is what it is. I'm just here to give you the truth.
Yeah, destruction of memorials and things like this. Within weeks of Kirk's death, a cottage industry began to form, peddling various alternative theories on how he died. What special interest may have killed him, what nations were involved, and was our own government one of them? Because this was the first nationwide traumatic event in Gen Z's lifetime, the demand for answers was severe and palpable.
What?
Gen Z's lifetime. Because this was the first nationwide traumatic event in Gen Z's lifetime.
Are you out your fucking mind? For one, we believe that the government might have had something to do with it, Andrew, because the government always got something to do with everything. That's what the government been doing ever since we tried to just pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, build Black Wall Street, right? Build black businesses, do stuff the right way, only to have y'all manipulate it and fuck it over and try to destroy it from within or outside. That's what y'all do. I don't know why they're acting like our American government might have had to play a role in this. The same reason why we know they had a role with JFK and everybody else. They take out white men too, because some of the white men got common sense and they think, you know what? Slavery is bad. Oppression is bad. Segregation is bad. Redlining is bad. Implicit biases based on race is bad. And then when they push back against y'all, they get the boot. And then y'all bring in somebody like Officer Tatum. Y'all bring in somebody like fucking Candace Owens. Right? And y'all get them to do your fucking dirty work. No more. That's why Anton Daniels start popping. Come on, man. Don't act like we don't know, man. Throwing that nigga on Fox News and then throwing Tommy on Fox News and all the rest of that shit. We saw that shit.
The demand for answers was severe and palpable. The leading theory from the conspiracy verse is that Israel worked with the United States government to murder Charlie Kirk. Within a day or two of Kirk's death, Ian Carroll claimed that Israel killed Charlie Kirk, and the conspiracy caught on like wildfire. This theory was built on one misleading piece of evidence, that in his final days, on or around September 8th, Charlie sent a text message reading, "Jewish donors play into all the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause."
No, gang. So you're not going to talk about the whole situation with the Epstein files? You're not going to talk about how Charlie was going against Trump, talking about the Epstein files, saying that he didn't want to be a part of a movement that couldn't take, protecting children seriously. And at the end of the day, I think that's part of the reason that if we're going to tie him back to the government, that's what we got to talk about. Charlie was talking about the Epstein files. Black people don't want to talk about it because most black people hate cuz. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to be here to deliver the facts to y'all niggas. Cuz was talking about the Epstein files like in the last 2 or 3 months of him living. And I believe that alienated his people. This was a man, right? Andrew Wilson, he a no fucking body. Charlie, when he was like 22 years old, he was linking up with Trump in office. 2016. Go find the videos. It's Trump, Candace, and Charlie. I'm talking about real influence, real power. But man, look, bro, believe whatever you want to believe. I don't know about the Israel part. You know, they be into all type of shit. They are funding Officer Tatum, so I know that they racist. I know that. They be like, oh man, say a prayer for Israel. Not me, gang. Fuck out of here. When Israel give me reparations, that's when we'll say a prayer for them boys.
This was sent in the context of a platforming dispute regarding Tucker Carlson. From this scintilla of misleading information, it was speculated that Israel killed Charlie Kirk because he would have successfully opposed the Iranian war. Now, that's a fun theory.
I mean, that's 100 though, because I think Charlie helped Trump get in office because Trump was saying, whoop, 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 we not about to have no more wars. The Democrats are going to lead us into wars because that's what a woman would do. That's what a woman would do. She'll lead us into wars, you feel me? But he never said, you know what? That nigga Trump is a liar. I'm gonna keep supporting that nigga. It was never like that. No, bro. He was really on cuz top, bro. You feel me? He basically called Trump a PDF file, bro. But y'all don't want to talk about that though, because I ain't gonna lie. Y'all really protecting the establishment. Even I like Tatum, bro. I ain't never seen one like him in a minute, man. Tatum running around literally shucking and jiving. But let me get to some facts. Man. I've been off script. My wife says, let's not forget about HBCU black communities were targeted because they thought it was one of us. Oh yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. I remember that. Black HBCU students are being threatened because they think that one of us killed Charlie Kirk. I said, in Utah? You think one of us knocked off Charlie Kirk in Utah? Play the Kevin Samuels, man.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
And who doesn't like a good, fun conspiracy theory? I like them. But there is no evidence that Israel actually killed Charlie Kirk. And if Candace has some, I'd like her to actually show it to me. I'm open to suggestions, but to date, there hasn't been any. There is, however, tons of evidence that a leftist killed Charlie Kirk. This is Charlie.
A leftist? Why gotta be Democrat versus Republican? Because if you're gonna mention leftists, mention the fact that he was a white man too. Mention the fact that he was a gay white man that come from a family that has been voting Republican for year after year after year. How the fuck you say he leftist? Because he gay? Because he gay? Man, can't none of y'all niggas convince me that Trump and them didn't have no trans people on Epstein Island. Y'all niggas, we already know they had kids there. If you had kids there, nigga, you probably had trans there, nigga. Y'all the most trifling people on the planet, gang. There's no if and or buts about it. 3 hours of attacking Candace Owens isn't going to change the fact that A, Charlie is dead. B, you don't know who actually did it. C, it wasn't a black man or an immigrant. It was one of your people. Y'all did this to yourselves by letting somebody out like Charlie, right? We knew Charlie was weak. We did backgrounds on Charlie when we first. I remember Charlie. I remember when y'all, what's bro name? Steven Crowder. I remember when y'all got Steven Crowder off YouTube. He go over to Rumble. That nigga now he doing Rumble commercials, right? Now y'all looking, we need a new nigga because Steven Crowder, he done blew the bag. Here go Charlie. Hey, cuz, here I go. Little nigga from Illinois who have failed. Go look up Charlie background. Failed to get into college. Failed to get into military school. Failed the military physical test, failed. Then, right, the nigga link up with Ben Shapiro, and a nigga link up with Candace Owens. Turning Point USA is founded. The Daily Wire is founded. The rest is history. Them niggas got a whole. They literally began the YN conservative movement that eventually Anton would adopt, Cellulite Podcast would adopt. All these niggas would adopt this shit, bro.
Feared they would. I believe Charlie Kirk, and I have the receipts. No, I didn't have a dream where he came to me and told me that the left killed him. No, he didn't come to me a dream and say, Candace Owens betrayed him. That never happened. In fact, I don't need dreams of any kind because I hold in my possession never before seen messages from Charlie Kirk to his security team on September 9th, 2025. I'm going to share the message with you today, which is the first time this information's ever been publicly revealed.
So you mean to tell me we got an open investigation about Charlie Kirk murder, and you out here showing pieces of evidence for an ongoing investigation that's literally set to go to trial September the 1st? This is why Tyler Robinson about to get off. And guess who not gonna be there talking crazy? Jake Lang, bitch ass. See, Jake Lang, he's a true racist. We literally got Tyler Robinson knocking off one of his own. He down there in Dearborn getting knocked up upside the head. Goofy. Welcome to Detroit, nigga.
On September 9th, Charlie's security team wrote to him, yes, law enforcement has been fully supportive and agreed to a security plan and posture. Tomorrow's event will be covered by both my team and the campus PD. If additional support is required, patrol units will be available. I have 11 on site. Charlie responded with this, okay, great. Remind them that they are there for one person's security only, because I'm somewhat worried the left is trying to kill me.
Okay. Does that mean that the left pulled the trigger, or does that mean that I mean, we don't know who did it to Charlie, because I don't know. As of right now, I don't want Tyler Robinson, an innocent young white goddess young boy, to go to jail. Right? He everything that y'all wanted him to be. He radical. He do whatever he want. He take law into his own hands. He the closest thing to George Washington I've seen in my entire fucking life. Only problem is, if he had did this to Louis Farrakhan, y'all wouldn't be mad. You would be looking for ways to defend him. But because he did it to Charlie Kirk, oh yeah, what are you talking about? Black violence? Or are you talking about gang violence? Oh my God, Charlie! That's how them niggas was in the crowd. I always say this, bro. And I don't know if I can even say this online, bro. But the nigga because I can't put this on Tyler Robinson, but whoever took out Kirk, he was way more skilled than the niggas that was popping off at Trump. They say Trump had 2 attempts on his life, bro. Both of them, one the nigga missed completely. Nigga ain't hit nothing. The other time the nigga scraped the nigga ear. Look, missed his head completely, but hit the old man ear. We don't get no pictures of the old man ear being blown the fuck off, nothing. The old man got a little bit of blood. Trump. Y'all niggas, man. Let me keep going, bro. The white man is losing power. The only power that they really have is the fact that they have a standing army. And they have little armies called police forces in every community, basically oppressing everybody else. That is the only form of power that y'all know y'all really have. That's it. Law enforcement and alphabet letter organizations, FBI, CIA, et cetera, et cetera. That's the only power y'all have, because at any given time, they can bust down my doors and do me and my wife the same way y'all did that one nigga from Venezuela and his wife. Come on, bro.
That was a message sent September 9th. Whatever could he have meant by that? Well, I think he meant exactly what he said, that he was worried the left was going to try to kill him. Now, we'll discuss this more later on in the debate, and maybe I have more never before seen evidence that exposes just how wrong and, in my opinion, idiotic many of these conspiracy theories have been. But that's what happens when you rely on what's called the evidence of the gaps. In other words, they don't have evidence, they seem to just make up evidence. And what did they make up? Well, in my opinion, kind of whatever lined the pockets. And I think it's ghoulish to profit off of the death of a good man. But we came here today to debate, and so let's get to it. The debate topic today is 1, my belief that there's overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk, and 2, Candace's belief that there's overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson was a patsy and didn't kill Charlie Kirk. In sum, the audience is going to decide who has more evidence supporting their theory. My theory is that the state is correct that Tyler Robinson is the killer, at least based on evidence so far, and Candace's theory that Tyler Robinson is not the killer and he's a patsy set up by the feds. To be clear, this is not a question of reasonable doubt. If it was reasonable doubt, and that's all it was, and that's all Candace was proffering, I wouldn't even be here having the debate with her. It's fair to have doubts, as a trial has yet to occur, and the state hasn't even begun to try to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. But Candace makes a more forceful claim. She claims that there's more evidence that Tyler is not guilty of murder and was set up as a patsy than there is for the state's case. And I just think that that's absurd. And she will not be able to demonstrate that in any way. In fact, she has almost no real evidence at all of her theory, whereas my theory is supported by compelling witness testimony, physical evidence, multiple confessions, all of which are independently compelling, but which are even more convincing as each piece of evidence corroborates the others. You'll notice the term overwhelming was included in both theories. This is because Candace demanded I defend my use of that term, which I think is fair, in describing the evidence against Tyler Robinson. She, on the other hand, only wanted to defend her theory as merely viable. That is, until I showed her clips in which she said she believed the evidence of her theory, that Tyler Robinson's a patsy.
Oh my God. Are we here to attack her? Or are we here to prove that Tyler Robinson is actually the murderer? You know what? Let me go ahead and get to my script, bro, so I can get a good little clip out of this. I've been here for 40 minutes, and it's just too much. I can't, bro. So let's go ahead and go to my points that I wanted to make. Point number 1, the Lance Twig DNA claim. Candace said it, and it wasn't in the testimony, all right? 2 hours and 42 minutes and 28 seconds. God damn. I just can't. All right, it's right here. Let's go.
The other thing is like,
let's have it your way. I want it to look like
still happy
we've
to have
done
the
everything
debate.
Andrew wanted to, so that people can fairly assess the situation. So you have it your way. I
Totally
will not
fine.
ask a question.
Totally fair with me.
So are you good with her asking a question or no?
He said no.
Waiting for the clip.
Okay. So you want to wait for the clip first. Okay. You guys have it in the back? Okay, beautiful. At it. So
That's what I heard. You
your
need the Jeopardy
Your team
thing.
told me they had it. So
That's what I heard. Okay, there we go.
come on, guys.
Did this crime. Okay? Because Lance
I can't hear
Twigs
this. My
has
thing
his
went off. Just
DNA
tell me what
on
it
the
said
towel.
louder. It's fine.
Lance Twigs has his DNA on the rifle.
Lance Twigs
And to
has
be
his
clear,
DNA on the
Lance
right.
Twigs'
Said
DNA
this- proceeded this 4 times,
was
but I don't
not
know why they
as
feel like they
degraded
need to-
as Tyler Robinson's DNA was on Tyler's rifle. It's Tyler's rifle.
Oh, you
But
also said,
Lance's
yeah, it's
DNA
not as degraded on the rifle.
Yeah, because I thought he was.
That's the first clip that they show. And then when I go back to 2 hours and 34 minutes, they show another clip.
The gun. So I think I've already conceded that we don't know that. So I think like, but if you want
Well,
to play
no,
the
this
clip
is
to
directly you saying it is on the gun. Twigs'
yeah, I'm
DNA
saying
is
that
on
I
the
feel
gun.
like I've already said to you, like I've made that concession. But just to be clear, whenever I make a mistake, I just correct it. So that's why when you were asking me 3 times, I've already said we don't know yet, and I've corrected that mistake. So if the purpose of you showing this is to demonstrate that Candace makes mistakes sometimes when she's taking in a lot of information and she's reading through legal documents and she's trying to remember
it's not
9-hour
actually.
testimony.
It's just demonstrate something else. It is, in fact, the case. We're all going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm going to make mistakes.
And I've already
You're going to make mistakes in the case.
Yeah.
But in this case, you were very adamant that his DNA was on the gun itself.
So they're talking about Lance Twiggs. Lance Twiggs is another individual who DNA was found on a gun, and they're saying that his DNA was found even more well preserved than Tyler Robinson's, which could place him as the shooter and alleged murderer of Charlie Kirk. Okay, but let's keep going. I want to get to my actual points now.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that it's not ruled out. We know that there's 5+ prints. I've said this so many times. I had to rewatch the testimony again. It's like 9 hours a day. It got very scientific when they were speaking about this. And I think I wrongly extrapolated that they meant all 3 of them were on the prints when the only person they officially named was Matt Robinson. So we don't know yet if Lance Twiggs has his DNA on the prints, DNA on the gun officially just yet.
Okay.
I've already conceded that.
Sure.
So
that's fine. And then the last one is one with Erica Kirk.
Sure. This is like the Erica Kirk. All right,
Well,
Erica. You could just sit down with me, Erica, but we can do it this way.
This goes back to a previous claim that you made.
Yeah,
That's why
sure.
I'm bringing it up.
Straight to jail, straight to jail. For questioning, at least, Erica. I don't care who's mad. I really do not care who wants to be upset after this episode. Really, you will be wasting your breath. You can spend $1 billion on influencers because this is all becoming increasingly inexplicable. You are asking me to be an idiot, actually, and I cannot do that for you. Someone once commented beneath this show that if the situations were reversed and there were this many verifiable lies.
So straight to jail?
Yeah, so that's the show intro. And straight to jail is a monopoly term.
Okay.
Like, you know.
So do not pass go.
Yeah.
Do not collect $200.
Yes, it's obviously tongue in cheek. And then we explain that actually I think that she should be brought in for questioning because of inconsistencies. So this is the exact episode when I started to think that she should be sat down and questioned.
So as you guys can see, for one, Candace Owens did retract her original statement that Lance Twiggs' DNA was found on the gun officially. She just got that information from one of her sources and she reported it on her show, right? We ended up finding out that Lance Twiggs DNA might be on the gun, but we don't have any official DNA or any information from the state of Utah because it's an ongoing case. It's literally set to go to trial in 2 or 3 weeks from now. Nevertheless, right? Again, they played the clip. Shout out to Andrew Wilson for being smart enough to bring clips and having his team prepare for that. But she automatically, to me, she dismantled that because she said, yeah, I make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes. But what's not a mistake is that the fact that there was other DNAs found on the gun. That's a fact, right? That's a genuine fact. So when you talk about the DNA, there's a woman named Caitlin Oliver. She testified that they found someone else's DNA, on the rifle. She testified this shit in court, bro. You feel me? Now they're saying that she worked for a group called the ATF. I believe it's like the police in Atlanta or some shit, or in the South. That's basically like they police. All right, I'm spitballing here. I'm going off all my notes when I watched the video, but I'm 100% sure the ATF is like, well, again, one of those alphabet organizations that's basically in law enforcement. She worked for them. This girl, Caitlin Oliver, she testified saying that the ATF found other evidence on the rifle that did not belong to Tyler Robinson, but instead belonged to a young man named Matthew. And they haven't put out his last name yet. However, she did also say in her testimony that just because these other DNAs was found on the rifle, it doesn't make them persons of interest. That did say that. She did say that. Now we finding out, right? We found out later on that the guy Matthew, I can't say his last name, the guy Matthew was actually fucking Tyler Robinson. Their boyfriend and girlfriend, or boyfriend and boyfriend, however you want to put it, they're a match. They're together. Okay. Let me make sure I get that right. Tyler Robinson, dad. I think, is the dad name Matthew? Which one is the dad name? Okay, no. So that's Matt Robinson. Oh my God, no. What's the boyfriend name? So the dad, his fingerprints was found on the gun. What's the boyfriend name? Lance Twiggs. Child. How am I getting everything confused? Okay. Lance Twiggs is the boyfriend. His fingerprints was found on the weapon. The father, Matthew Robinson. I'm sorry about Matthew. His fingerprints was also found on the weapon, along with Tyler Robinson's and 2 other people fingerprints who are not identified, or that information haven't been given to the public just yet. Y'all gotta forgive me. I'm rusty as fuck on this. Hey, too. So let's go back to the video. All right. I had to go to a clip. We had to talk about why, in my opinion, there is no real way that Andrew Wilson was going to be able to really win this debate against Candace Owens, because nobody can prove that Tyler Robinson actually pulled the trigger. To me, it's just that simple. It's really just that simple. I'm going back to 34 minutes on this video. 34 minutes. And they brought up some receipts. I want to show you guys this right here. Let's go.
Describe to the audience what Rule
Yes.
1102
So this,
means.
just so everybody who's watching this at home understands what I'm saying, even if he doesn't. What Andrew is arguing is that I don't have the right to extrapolate from
Never
a
made that
fact
argument.
like
Just making it up. Just purely making it up. I'm asking based on
Andrew,
based on
can I
your
show my evidence? You just showed yours. Reliable hearsay.
You'll get a chance.
Reliable hearsay in criminal preliminary examinations. The entire preliminary hearing that you just saw was on the basis of reliable hearsay. And what that means essentially is the people who are making the statements can just say, Patrick told me that he did this on Monday. Patrick's not here. And that is, they can allow that into the hearing. That's just because it's just meant to be probative. And so it's the state saying, here's what we have inferred. So you are allowed to take a piece of evidence and then you are allowed to infer off of that evidence. Okay. Case in point, that's a demonstration that's a demonstration of what I just did. I said the prints were the most degraded off of Tyler Robinson. And from that, what I am inferring is that it's plausible that Tyler Robinson was set up.
That doesn't, that's the point in contention.
That's not a point in contention. That's
the point in contention.
It's not a point in contention. If you're saying it's a point,
it is the point in contention.
It's not the point in contention. I'm telling you that was what the entire hearing allowed for. So the evidence that he is describing,
we're asking you
that he is using to argue his case is all based on inference, not fact.
Great.
So this is the inference that Candace Owens never really completed. Andrew Wilson go on to ask her the same question at least 6 different times throughout the timestamps. At 26 minutes and 14 seconds, 28 minutes, at 34 minutes, 35 minutes, and 36 minutes. At all of those timestamps, Andrew Wilson is asking, how do you get to the inference that Candace is even disputing as far as that piece of evidence, right? Andrew is looking for a logical claim of how Candace is getting to this inference. She never gave him that one. That's why we get into this clip right now. If you guys don't know what an inference is, please Google it. All right. I'm only trying to have conversations moving forward with intelligent people. Jesus Christ.
Inference, not facts. So what they are inferring off of the facts.
So again, we're going to take this and I'm just going to even grant it because it's irrelevant. I'm asking how you get to the inference that even if you dispute that piece of evidence, that means patsy. I'm looking for the logical chain for how you get to that inference.
What I am telling you is it's the exact same way that when you tweeted, I think that this evidence is overwhelming. When they say that looks like Tyler Robinson's car, he drives a similar car. Okay. They are inferring that that's Tyler Robinson.
Can you walk me through the inference that I understand?
It's not a fact. It's not a fact. When you show a blurry image, which you kept citing that we
have
images.
I'm talking about your inference that the fingerprints, even if they're degraded, equals Patsy. How do you get that inference?
I didn't say it equals Patsy. I think it is enough evidence that it should be explored, which is exactly what this preliminary was in the inverse.
That's not in dispute. What's in dispute is when you said, I'm using this as evidence that he could have been a Patsy. I'm asking, how do you get the inference to Patsy from that?
Because what I am saying is that it shows that somebody else had more DNA presence on that gun than Tyler Robinson did. So it is plausible, which is all they're doing. They're presenting plausibility based off of the facts. Okay. It is plausible that somebody just took his gun and put it there. That's it.
Is there equally
that's how it works.
And is there equally
So listen, guys, because I decided, because we almost at the 1 hour mark, I was not going to spend no more than an hour on this 3 hour interview. Right. I got a pre-recording that I'm breaking down for this video, but this was a 3 hour interview that was basically a waste of time because Andrew refused to allow Candace to speak. It was a continuous back and forth of who is right and who is wrong, who is right and who is wrong. At the end of the day, Andrew Wilson always believed that he won every debate that he steps into, right? He always says stuff like she had nothing, she just said nothing. He's a gaslighting type of motherfucker. This is the person that couldn't even win in a debate versus Team Fatty. This is my read on the whole situation. You have two people fighting over a dead man's body while his actual words were harmful to people, harmful to Americans. Tyler Robinson has a hearing on September 1st. As of right now, he's presumed innocent. As of right now, he hasn't entered into a plea agreement because he believes he can beat this case. As of right now, the state's ballistics are even inconclusive. They can't even say that the weapon that shot Charlie Kirk came from the rifle with Tyler Robinson's DNA on it. Prove me wrong. Erica Kirk, we feel sorry for her. We do. I feel sorry for any woman that has to live without their husband, without their loved one. Any child that has to grow without their parent. However, Charlie Kirk was somebody who infamously made fun of single black women who was raising their children alone. He made fun of gang culture. He made fun of rap culture. Only to die like a thug. Only to die like a nigga. Happy Man said, we don't feel sorry for Erica. Well, fuck her then. Charlie Kirk said black people prowl for white victims. And Charlie Kirk's called the Civil Rights Act a mistake. Basically saying that black people should have never been free from their oppressive state. Whether those things are true or not, whether Charlie believed them or not, doesn't matter because Charlie don't believe nothing no more. Charlie doesn't have any brain activity. It's over. I, for one, feel bad that it came to that bloody end for him. His wife is not doing it any better. When it comes to this whole situation, all I'm going to say is this. The evidence always got to come first. If the evidence don't come first, then we wasting our time. We're like, what are y'all really paying attention to? The reason why I can't take these interviews seriously, let me take this bum ass nigga off my screen. And shout out to Dub. I'm gonna be live for a while now, man. Listen, I got a lot of stuff I gotta cover. And I can't go back to work because I gotta get my breaks done. And I can't go back to Monday because that's when my break's gonna be done. So I might just stream to Monday. I don't give a fuck. Let me say this, right? Andrew Wilson, he paid $300K for this interview. If you don't believe me, go watch the video. He attacked Candace Owens most of this interview. That's just the truth. He attacked Candace Owens most of the interview. He accused Candace Owens of cheating at one point, saying that, well, I think that we should check her phone. I think somebody's texting her answers. No, she's just smarter than you, bro. Right? No one from Turning Point USA has claimed to have any relationship with Andrew Wilson, but somehow, some way, he's getting Charlie Kirk text messages. And we're supposed to believe that this is real. I think this is all rage bait, bro. I think this is all rage bait. You know, Tyler Robinson, he has a hard case to fight already. He getting charged with 7 different accounts of murder, bro. He getting charged with doing violent crimes in the presence of a child. Like, he's fucked, bro. He's going to jail. Now, is he gonna do that death penalty joint? I don't know about that one. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all niggas asking for too much. As me personally, I think y'all reaching too high. Way too high. You trying to give Tyler Robinson the death penalty? Oh, why? So y'all can feel like y'all avenged Charlie Kirk bitch ass? Listen, man, Charlie was a hoe. And that's just what it is, bro. All right. Let me go to this Nancy Grace joint. And I think, man, because I be saying I'm going to do a 15, 12-hour stream, but I be lying. I ain't doing no 12-hour fucking stream, bro. That shit over with. That shit over with. I might post some 12-hour streams, but nah. I ain't doing no 12-hour streams. All right. So look. Let's break this joint down real quick. This is from Officer Tatum's YouTube channel. I think he be simulcasting with Nancy Grace. His title says, Nancy Grace tries to cut off Officer Tatum's mic after exposing Nolan Wells' narrative. This is my favorite little bitch right here. We're going to expose this boy. And where is he from, bro? Where is Tatum from? He from Texas. That nigga make Texas look trash. Y'all niggas should be ashamed of yourselves, man. I might just start beefing with that nigga Drip just because of this shit. What the fuck?
The family did not pursue any avenue to connect with the boys on any level. The boat, to talk about timeline, to communicate with parents, to communicate with lawyers. They have done nothing. And then now we find out that they haven't even given the phone over to law enforcement so they can do an extraction or a forensic investigation.
Well, stop.
So
stop.
that they can see.
You know what? I respect you, but I'm going to have to cut your mic.
A lot of companies today love to talk about American values. They put the flag in the commercials. They say all the right words. But when it's time to actually...
Man, we ain't trying to hear about your bullshit ass propaganda, gang. Get to the clip, gang. The fuck, bro? The fuck? My bad. I took that shit down quick as hell.
.com/Tatum or call 972-PATRIOT to make the switch today.
Let's hear that one more time from our friend Dan Abrams.
I don't think they've cooperated at all. They do not have Nolan's phone. They haven't had access to Nolan's phone. The Jackson County Sheriff's Department hasn't. So how can you say that there's text missing or there's photographs missing? Our boys had no reason to do anything with Nolan's phone other than give it back to Christine and her friends later that night. So anything about missing text messages or Snapchats is completely false.
That's a veteran trial lawyer.
ain't gonna lie, man. I'll be so triggered, bro, if my kids didn't come back after a fucking if my boys didn't come back after they went down. That's why I told my wife, man, we can move to the burbs and all that shit. That's cool. My kids can't be around just nothing but white kids all the time, bro. We might as well just throw them in the motherfucking jungle. As far as I'm concerned, might as well just throw them in there like they did Tarzan little ass with a pack of wolves, pack of gorillas. Same thing, bro. Damn, I wish Nolan can just tell us what happened to him. I wish we had a way to talk to him in the afterlife. And he can be like, yeah, it was them hoe ass niggas. But shout out to Nancy Grace for at least trying.
That is Tyler Cox. He's representing the young men that were on the boat that took Nolan to Horn Island and came back without Nolan, according to them. Joining me in All-Star panel, I'm not saying Cox is right or wrong, but what I am saying out to Brandon Tatum. Tatum, former police officer, Tucson, star of The Officer Tatum on YouTube. He has interviewed Nolan's acquaintances that were on the boat that day. Officer Tatum, thank you for being with us. Let me talk about this one moment. We've got so much to get to. I'm going to try to be brief. Tyler Cox stating, I don't think they cooperated at all. I think he's talking about Nolan's family. They, I guess, the sheriff's office haven't had access to Nolan's phone. Well, can't they subpoena that? It's called a subpoena ducis tecum. You're familiar with those. You've testified in court. A subpoena ducis tecum is, we hear about subpoenas for testimony. I've been subpoenaed. Yes, go to court and tell the truth. A subpoena ducis tecum is for an item, an object, a document. The sheriff can give out a subpoena ducis tecum or get a warrant for an object. So you don't have it? Fine, get it. Next. So how can you say I'm quoting, how can you say there's no text message or photo, as a text message or photos missing? Our boys had no reason to do anything with Nolan's phone other than give it back. So seeing anything about missing texts or Snapchats completely false. Well, according to the mom, Officer Tatum, she says that there was nothing sent out while Nolan was at Horn Island, which she found very odd. I have no reason to disbelieve her.
Yeah, I mean, I do find that to be very odd, but I'm going to tell Shorty like this. Like, if I can talk to Shorty, I tell her like this, man. They got more power than you because they're a community. You see how it's a family. Every time it's the black people versus these white folks, it's a small family by themselves versus a community, right? It's an angry community of individual niggas that's not really a community versus a well battle tested, standing together, right or wrong ass type niggas. I feel like, and this is like, maybe I'm crazy, bro, but I feel like this, bro. I feel like they got their get back for Austin Metcalf. Buddy got put on his back, and they was like, man, we can't let this shit slide. We got to catch one of these niggas slipping. Of course, they do it in the state that the state flag used to be the Confederate flag just about 9 years ago. Oh, come on, Nolan, buddy. We're going to go out and hang out, me and Katie and Marianne, and we're going to get fucking brews, and we're going to get real high and like enjoy Horn Island. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Any other niggas gonna be there? No, you're gonna be the only nigga there. Yeah, I don't know, bro. This seemed like some type of shit that if I die in, y'all niggas gonna start lying to hoe ass niggas like Officer Tatum, and I'm gonna be fucking dead, not even to defend myself, thinking that y'all my people. No, it's not gonna be like that. We'll always love you, Nolan. Bitch ass nigga. What? Our brother? That's how they really was over there doing that nigga. They set that nigga up, bro. You feel me, happy man? They set that hoe ass. They set little cuz up, bro. Katie, yeah, Katie. They of course the white man can get a white woman to show her titties. Where you're gonna show him your cooter, and you gonna get that boy to go down there to that part of the island. Once you do that and get that boy to go to that part of the island, we gonna fuck that boy up. And then the autopsy niggas, they got Nolan's stomach, they got Nolan's throat, all of that shit. So we can't determine if bro was poisoned. Go ahead and pour a little something in that nigga drink too. Get him fucked up. But I actually like Nolan. Shut up, bitch. White power. Do what I tell you to do. It's crazy. Like when I say this stuff, they act like the stories of Christopher Columbus is false and George Washington is false. And Thomas Jefferson, you know, the same one who had a 14-year-old fucking baby mama. That one. They act like all of these stories is false. And these men weren't walking around on the same land that they found it, allegedly. Raping and pillaging and causing all type of hell. Is so far-fetched now to believe that they would just kill a black boy. I mean, I know that they hate that shit sometimes. That's why they put Trump in office twice, despite him the very first time losing to Hillary Clinton, the popular vote. The people literally voted for a woman and was denied it both times, child.
So how can you say there were missing or there weren't missing? I don't think you can say it either way. Why don't they just get a search warrant and go get the phone? You know what? Forget all that. Officer Tatum, where is Nolan's phone? Do authorities have it?
Well, from my understanding, authorities do not have it, and the family have not been cooperating with authorities to give the phone over. According to the testimony or written statement from the lawyer that represents the family, the Nolan Wells family, he had made mention that he's prepared to cooperate, but they have not cooperated yet.
And maybe this not the appropriate time to say this, but Nolan Wells' mom was a baddie. I'm sorry, it's not the appropriate. But hey, Nolan Wells' mom's, she was a pretty young thing.
He had made mention that
this one right here. Oh, hold on, look, y'all can't even see that joint. Hold on. It's still on the big screen. Yeah, she had work. She had work, and I can tell she was feminine too. Man, that's a bad way to go, man. And the black man just sitting around ain't doing shit about it.
he's prepared to cooperate, but they have not cooperated yet, which is very interesting to me. You want to find out?
Giving them my phone to the feds, nigga. Y'all already done killed my son. Now y'all want to go through his phone? How about you give the mom the throat and you give the mom the stomach, and then she give you the phone. Fair exchange. Nigga, that's her motherfucking son, and y'all kept his stomach and his throat, cuz. I can only imagine what she got back. It wasn't what she sent out the door that day. She sent out the door a young man in Nike gear, you feel me? Looking handsome, looking tall, looking proud. And y'all give her back a corpse with a missing stomach and a missing throat. Man, y'all niggas going to hell.
What happened to your son? You would think you would be doing everything you can to cooperate. I can't judge her. I don't know what's in their mind, but it just seems to be very off-putting for them not to at least give the phone over and do what exactly they told the world they were going to do, and that is to allow a forensic extraction of his phone. Therefore, the world can see if there is things that have been deleted. I think Tyler Cox is very clear about what he's saying, that the boys had nothing to do with it. So if there is anything missing from the phone, it had nothing to do with them. Now, I'll add this. When you look at what Christine said.
Brandon, whoa, bit. I'm going to go right back to what you're saying. But you're saying a lot, and I want to address each thing so we don't leave anything out. Number one, you just stated that basically. Correct me, you can paraphrase this any way you want to. It looks really bad for Nolan's family not to hand over the phone. Do you have any independent knowledge they have not handed over the phone?
According to their lawyer that wrote a statement, and the statement was, we're prepared to cooperate, but that was as of the 11th. Therefore, they have not cooperated. Tyler Cox has made mention that he don't believe they cooperated whatsoever. He don't believe they cooperated whatsoever as well. So
extrapolating, you're taking their words, Tatum, that their words that they're prepared to cooperate to mean they haven't handed over the phone. Isn't that true?
I'm putting everything together, right?
That's called extrapolating, dumbass. That's what she just said. Look, man. I know she like, man, they got another dancing, can I even say that phrase, monkey on YouTube to do their dirty work. I know she get tired of this, bro. I mean, like, a kid is dead, bro. I get it. You wanna be Anton Daniels. You wanna make money, but a kid is dead, bro. Do you not have any honor, any respect? Any honor, any respect? Now, we'll be wrong if I start getting out here and doxing your wife. And before you say we won't pull up, we'll pull up in Texas and get shit popping. I got a few things going on, but I'm gonna make it shake anyway. That's what I do. Let's go, man.
Tyler Cox is coming out and saying that he has no indication whatsoever they've cooperated. The family has not come out.
Anitra says you have to keep the overlay over the video. I mean, I don't trust Brandon Tatum. I don't trust no man that'll go against his own people. So if you gotta, you know what I'm saying, if you gotta shit on Nolan Wells to make a little few coins, this type of nigga that'll copyright strike me 2 years later. You feel me? I don't got time for that. I've been doing this for so long, sis. I done lost so many channels, trusting content creators thinking that oh yeah, we cool, bro. I'm never gonna strike niggas, bro. That's against the code. Next thing you know, I get, man, I done deal with so many copy strike shits, bro. I don't even want to talk about it, bro. You feel me? Anton as bad as Tatum? In my opinion, yeah. Both of them niggas cut from the same cloth. Tatum just got more publicity. And I think because he got a white woman and Anton don't, that the white masters, they fuck with him more than they fuck with Time Dog. I don't really think that they fuck with Time Dog like that, but they understand he gets shit done. Tatum, he got a white wife, so she able to bring in white women and with them white men. You know what I'm saying? He damn near like their little brother from another mother.
And said that there's any findings, and then also the attorney that represents the family is saying that we haven't sent or gave the phone over, but we're willing to, and that was as of the 11th.
No,
so it appears that there's no indication that.
Brandon, you may very well be a lot smarter than me, but I can hear. Okay. The statement was we're prepared to cooperate, I guess from Crump. That does
I'm not sure if it was.
We have not handed over the phone, but we will.
Well, Nancy, when you put it all, you have to put the totality of circumstance together. I'm not there to be in the room with the investigators to determine, but I'm just going off of what knowledge we have and that's been given to us that's available. And what Tyler Cox is saying, and I'm taking him at his word, he's saying that there's no indication that they've cooperated. The lawyers that represent the family is saying we're prepared, but they did not say that they've cooperated whatsoever. So
I don't understand why bro got so much smoke. You know what I'm saying? For the mom and the dad, like they just lost their son, my nigga. And you don't got no remorse, bro. And I pray that this never happened to you and your wife. I pray that, you know what I'm saying? Because I understand that God work in mysterious ways. And I don't want you to really reap what you sowing right now, my nigga. I think that any man that opens his mouth and try to profit off of a dead child, bro, you basically sowing your own destruction right now. You feel me? It's hard for me to even focus on my notes. And I told y'all this on Discord and on Facebook. I get real triggered covering this case because this still a young man, bro. This a kid, bro. You know how many black women I talk to that say an 18-year-old black girl is a kid? This is a kid, bro. Who we don't even know how he died. We don't know if he died screaming. We don't know if he died being told that he was nothing. We don't know nothing. And that's really what upset me more about anything else. Like the shucking and jiving shit. It's a few ways to deal with that. But just being so fucking evil over a kid, man. I don't know how some of y'all niggas live with yourselves, bro.
Looking at the statements that are produced, and all of the statements indicate that there has not been a cooperation with the phone being extracted from investigators. Therefore, there is no true determination that things were missing from the phone.
Tatum, obviously, we want the phone. I think you can download it from the cloud, but she's the expert. She's saying it would help to have the phone. So don't you understand why? And I'm not saying this is true. I don't know that it's true. I don't know that CETO call is real or fake. I don't know. It's murky. You know, Tatum, when I would try cases, especially complicated cases, I would start out the trial with a big jar full of water and silt. And I had it sitting big on my counsel table day one, right beside my Bible. And in closing arguments, the first thing I would do when I started closing arguments, I'd take that jar and shake it, and it would get very murky. You couldn't see anything. And I'd sit it down on my counsel table, and argument would commence. And by the time I had gone through all the evidence, I'd go over to my table, pick it up, and say, see, it's not muddy anymore. It's crystal clear what happened. My point is, we don't know. So all the haters attacking you, attacking me, attacking the cops, attacking the friends, attacking Nolan's mother, for Pete's sake, we don't know. It's unjustified. Now, to my question. Don't you understand why people are suspicious? Because Nolan's separated from his phone, which no teen does. I get it, why he didn't have it in the water. I get that. I dive, I swim. I just went swimming with the dolphins with my twins. And yes, my phone was on the boat. But then I got it. I didn't let the boat take off without it. So at least you can admit that's why people are curious. I'm curious.
Nancy, I think it's because people are out putting out misinformation, and they don't.
That boy gonna stick to the strip, bro. He really gonna stick to the strip, bro. And it's fuck it, man. Go ahead. Let me hear what bro got to say.
Have the totality of circumstances because they haven't heard from the boys, didn't watch the interview and all of this stuff, and they feel that it's convoluted. It's very straightforward to me and very clear in many areas that the boys are saying they did not have access. Christine, Nolan's mother, is not saying unequivocally that things were deleted. She was surprised that things were not present. Therefore, she insinuated that things may have been deleted. But she did not really say that the phone was deleted. And the fact that they did not communicate with both sides, meaning that I wish that the Nolan Wells family would have communicated with these boys instead of me, would have talked to their lawyers instead of me, then therefore they could have gotten a good perspective. The boys made mention in the interview that I did with them that they told Christine, Nolan's mother, that they had his phone and his keys in their possession. Therefore, she came to get them. They turned them over. They have no access to his codes. They have no reason to delete his phone.
My baby must be in there getting his butt changed. My brother Happy Man said, sent support if it went through. Let me check my brother, because you know I be over here chilling, bro. Oh man, I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Wish Doctor for the $5. Shout out to my brother Happy Man for the $5. I appreciate both of y'all, man. I appreciate both of y'all. Dark Lake says, what in the world are they giving him to tap dance to this degree? Yeah, bro, it's like, it's one thing when they, like when Anton doing it with the black women shit, that's one thing. But we're literally talking about a dead black child, bro. I don't know no other way to put this. It's not even fucking funny, bro. It made me want to go off on bro. It made me want to regress and start doxing bro family and everything, bro. And then, you know what I'm saying, catch up with that nigga too, because imagine if this was my man's Dark Lake son, or imagine if this was Happy Man's son, and we trying to figure out what happened to, you know what I'm saying, somebody kid, and you sitting around fucking tap dancing to this degree. It's disturbing at best, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. It's very fucking disturbing, bro. This is worse than that nigga Tommy, man.
Claiming there's nothing that was deleted. They gave a fair explanation as to why he left the phone on the boat. Nolan wasn't the only individual to leave the phone on the boat. He wasn't the only black person to leave the phone on the boat. So that, to me, dispels the racial component. He was with them. Multiple boats came out. Traditionally, if you don't leave on a boat you came on, you can leave on another boat. They're all going to the same location. So it's not that bizarre that he left his phone. The phone was returned to Nolan. These are best friends of Nolan. They hang out almost every day.
Hold on just a sec.
He spent the night over their house.
Everything you're saying, but now we're getting to another topic. I hear you, but Tatum, the boat, has the boat been searched by cadaver dogs and scent dogs?
The boat, from my understanding, has not been searched, and the cadaver dogs were made available for Benjamin Crump to utilize them to do a search on the boat. They refused.
No. Crump is not supposed to use the dogs.
Well, there is no reason to search
everything on Crump.
Because that's his job. That's his job. Ben Crump's supposed to do every motherfucking thing, including the police motherfucking job. We know that the cadaver dogs is put out by the police so they can go and do inspections and sniff for drugs or explosives, shit like that, right? Think about the little canine dog, a little fucking what's them dogs we call them? Greyhounds and shit. What's the other little breed they be running with? It be greyhounds, maybe another one. What's them canine dogs, man? Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Put that in the chat. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's keep going.
Nancy, there's no reason if there's not any evidence of a murder, there's no reason for them to use the cadaver dog. That's how this works.
True.
There's none of these.
That's not true at all. You said beagles? No, I don't think that's what I was talking about. Bloodhounds? Nah. It was a greyhound and it's a German Shepherd. That's something about a German Shepherd. Boy, they put them German Shepherds on your ass. It's over. It's over, bro. It's over. And I'm gonna start going live for y'all more soon, like too, bro. I just gotta get, really, to be perfectly frank with y'all, I gotta get all the stuff in order, because after me and my wife had the babies, we've been so financially overwhelmed. So I just want to make sure we just good out here, man. I appreciate any of y'all that support with anything, bro. All right, let's go.
Individuals they do not have any expectation that there was any murder that occurred. It's just other people are putting that out to the world. The police department is not investigating the murder. These boys are not suspects.
I agree, they're not suspects. They're not persons of interest. They're not suspects. They haven't been charged. But
to believe after interviewing 60 people that he was ever on the boat.
The search of the Triton,
He's not
his boat.
Ordering it. He's not ordering it. The cadaver dogs were made available if he wanted to. No. They made themselves, availed themselves to him and said, would you like us to search the
you
boat
just
for
said
you
that
to get
about Nolan
information?
Wells' mom. You said, I almost hate to do this to you. Almost. Tatum, you just said when Crump says we're available and ready, you went, well, that's no, they haven't handed over the boat. But now you're saying the friends say our boat's available and ready. And I'm not going to tear you a new one because
that's not
the law
Nancy,
enforcement
that's
is
not
the
the-
one that needs to go and search the boat.
Nancy.
It ain't rocket
Nancy,
science.
the people who had the people who had questions about this, because it's definitely
Shut up, nigga. So you mean to tell me that the last known location of Nolan Wells on this boat, the police didn't even go and check the damn boat? They didn't even search the damn boat? Well, it's not a murder investigation, so there's no reason to search the boat. Man, y'all be giving these white boys so many passes, bro. Like, it's at this point, bro, I ain't gonna lie. It be like, man, I get depressed from this shit sometimes. Be like, bro, why y'all always going at the black kids? Y'all went at the Carmelo. I tried to get that nigga life in prison over defending himself from a fucking bully. Or a nigga who thought he was a bully, at least. Goofy ass. Let's wrap this video. I mean, we got what 2 more minutes left in this shit, man.
not law enforcement. It was Benjamin Crumb. They wanted to get to the bottom. They don't trust law enforcement.
There's not a grand jury? This isn't going to grand jury?
I'm saying initially before grand jury.
Because if it's going to grand jury, then there are questions.
Initially before grand jury, when this first started, and Benjamin Crump brought up all of these questions, and they made them availed themselves to him and said, "Would you like for us to search the boat? We'll grant the cadaver dogs for you to go and look at the boat." And he refused. And this is why I'm saying it does not appear
give authority to search the boat.
He can. The boys are.
No, he can't. He can't. He can't, bro. I'm sorry. You lied. He can't. He's literally just an attorney, bro. He cannot do that. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I usually go live in the morning. That's the best time for me. Like the other day, I had like 200 people watching. It was amazing. But I'm sorry, y'all. What you mean the fuck? Like, you mean the fuck he talking about, or like the fuck I'm talking about? Look, drop the link, man. Let me talk to my homies about this. Anybody can come up, bro. I'm about to roll up. I gotta get some other shit done. My wife just said, Sheila, let me see, did you just left? Just got back. Damn. Itchy ass just left as soon as I got the blunt roll. Let's see if Keon want to come through. But yeah, man, I can't do Tatum, bro. I can't do Tatum at night, man. I'm in a good mood. I gotta catch me in the morning, man. And I gotta go on my daddy duty shit, man. Who else is live right now? Let me go and check this shit. Cause I just been watching nothing but Tatum to figure out where my next video gonna come from. I think I'm gonna do another video of D.L. Hughley. That was actually really good because outside of like outside of these live streams, I've actually been doing a million fucking pre-recordings, and it's been actually quite exhausting. Right? I've been seeing motherfuckers try to beef with me, but nah, I don't got time for that shit. Yeah, this shit bad for your health, bro. Dealing with this, like I can't talk about no dead kid for too long, bro. Especially in the way that y'all going about it. Like with Austin Metcalf, he was a bully. This kid seemed like he just walked around with his homies and he trusted the wrong niggas. That shit triggering for me, bro. I don't know how y'all niggas move, but I be with my kids every day. I just couldn't imagine them not coming back, man. Look, that nigga Wish Doctor Live. Somebody pay that 160. I think I owe that nigga 160 on my tally, man. Pay that so I can come back over there. Who else live? I don't really fuck with Rogue C, man. She fucking a predator. Can't fuck with her. Corey Love, is that nigga live? Yeah, nigga is live. Man, y'all go tap in with Corey Love, man. Let me see if that nigga gonna drop the link. Cause then I can get my other stuff done, thumbnails, etc., without having to carry a show. I told you I'm pretty much done with live streams. I just really enjoy doing like my morning live streams, but doing them 12 hours, that shit is dead. I've been really focusing on becoming the best editor in this space. The only editor that's making film like movies and not like what House of Hypocrite bitch ass was doing recently, fake documentaries. I mean like shooting in log using 10-bit and 12-bit cameras, voicing scripts, etc., having set locations, like actual film type shit. And I think I showed y'all this already. For one, this camera this webcam I'm using is an Insta360 link camera, but I also picked up the Insta360 Luna Ultra, and I have been thoroughly enjoying it. You feel me? It's a gimbal camera, and it's very nice. All right, it's very nice. You can turn it around, see yourself, and I've been shooting in nothing but log lately because I am planning on doing a full color grade session. It's gonna be fucking lit. I'm gonna show you guys the importance of colors, the importance of being centered. Like right now, how I'm centered between all these different things in the middle. I'm gonna show you guys what type of devices I use. I have this Jofi light where you can log into the app and change the colors. It's so fucking dope. But I just really want to focus on content, to be honest, man. Content and making more money for my family. If you are a Game of Thrones, House of the Dragons, Marvel fan, DC, all of that stuff, make sure you go tap into my tech channel, because over there I'm going to be breaking down literally every single episode of House of the Dragons and Game of Thrones that has ever existed. Literally. And I think it's going to be lit. What's up, Carmen? I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to go over there and pop out on fucking what's that nigga name? Corey Love. And I'm gonna get some edits done. I'll holla at y'all. I appreciate Dub, Wish Doctor, and Happy Man for supporting the show. Peace, niggas.